The energy around the San Francisco 49ers training camp has been building steadily, and today was no exception. Even before the team took the field for their sixth practice session at the SAP Performance Facility, the roster moves kept fans on their toes. The front office wasted no time making a flurry of changes that signal just how serious they are about fine-tuning the squad for the upcoming season. It's clear Kyle Shanahan and his staff are not sitting still. They are constantly looking for ways to add pieces that can elevate the team and create new dynamics on both sides of the ball. One of the most talked about additions is wide receiver Andy Isabella. A player known for his blazing speed, Isabella stands out as a weapon that can stretch defenses vertically and add that much-needed burst the 49ers have been missing. Clocked at 43 in the speed department, Isabella's ability to fly downfield is something Kyle Shanahan openly praised after practice. What makes his story intriguing is that despite being drafted in the second round back in 2019, his NFL career has yet to hit its stride. Isabella's size, standing just under 5'9" and weighing less than 190 pounds, has often been a challenge in a league dominated by bigger, more physical players. Yet his All-American status during his college years at UMass speaks volumes about his talent and potential. There's no denying his speed is elite, and Shanahan seems optimistic that the 49ers coaching staff can unlock what previous teams could not. His experience returning punts adds another layer to his value, and we've already seen him taking some reps there during camp, which could open the door for a role on special teams early on. Running back Amir Abdullah is another significant addition who brings versatility to the backfield. Drafted in the second round back in 2015 by the Detroit Lions, Abdullah's skill set is diverse. He excels not only as a runner, but also as a reliable pass catcher out of the backfield. That dual threat ability is something Shanahan highly values, especially in an offense that thrives on unpredictability and creativity. Abdullah is also praised for his underrated pass protection skills, an asset that can't be overlooked in today's pass-heavy NFL. Last season, he saw action with the Raiders and showed flashes of effectiveness, both running and receiving. His experience as a returner further increases his chances to carve out a niche with the 49ers, who are clearly aiming to bolster their special teams and depth at key positions. Marquez Callaway is the third new face making waves in San Francisco. At 6'2" and weighing just over 200 pounds, Callaway offers the 49ers some much-needed size at wide receiver. Coming out of Tennessee and having spent time with the New Orleans Saints, Callaway impressed in his second year, hauling in nearly 700 yards and 6 touchdowns. While consistency has been an issue since that breakout season, his physical presence and ability to stretch the field complement what the 49ers are building on offense, when you compare him to recent signee Equinemius St. Brown, who stands taller. But is less dynamic in route running, Callaway brings a different flavor to the position. Shanahan's knack for maximizing player strengths could be crucial here, helping Callaway regain the footing he seemed to lose after his initial success. Another interesting addition is quarterback Carter Bradley, who has a unique connection to the team. As the son of Gus Bradley, the associate head coach and defensive mind in the 49ers staff, Carter's signing comes after an impressive workout that left the coaching staff no choice but to bring him on board. Shanahan has long preferred carrying 4 quarterbacks through training camp, and now he has Brock Purdy, M. Jones, Tanner Murray, and Bradley battling for reps. Bradley's size and arm strength make him a solid developmental prospect, and he's already gained some NFL experience after signing with the Raiders as an undrafted free agent last year. This quartet gives Shanahan a solid mix of youth and experience to evaluate as they prepare for the grind of the regular season. An internal roster move that caught attention was the activation of left guard Ben Bartch, who had been sidelined out with a quad injury. His return was significant not only because it boosts the offensive line, but also because it shows the confidence the team has in him stepping straight into the starting role. Playing alongside Trent Williams at left tackle, undeniably one of the best in the league, Bartch has a huge opportunity to solidify that unit's interior. With Jake Brendel anchoring the center and Dominic Raiola and Colton McKivitz rounding out the line, the 49ers have a mix of proven talent and hungry young players eager to prove themselves. This offensive line is crucial. It's the foundation that keeps everything moving, whether it's protecting the quarterback or carving out lanes for the running backs. But the news hasn't been all positive. Injuries are always part of the grind in training camp, and the 49ers are navigating some tricky waters. Running back Jordan James is currently sidelined with a knee injury, which partly explains the urgency behind adding Abdullah to the mix. James is day-to-day, missing multiple practices already, and while it's not expected to be a long-term absence, it does highlight the fragile nature of depth at that position. Then there's cornerback Deommodore Lenoir, who many expect to make a significant leap this year. He's dealing with a hip injury that will keep him out of at least 3 practices, which places a real test on the 49ers' secondary depth. Losing a top corner and then having the number 2 cornerback Renarde Green also unavailable puts a lot of pressure on the backups. Guys like Trey Brown and Darrell Luther Jr. will need to step up. And while the situation is concerning, it's also a valuable opportunity to see who can rise to the occasion. Wide receiver Jawan Jennings is another major concern after re-aggravating a calf injury he suffered in the spring. Soft tissue injuries like this are always tricky, especially when they affect the calf, because they can lead to more serious complications, like Achilles problems. Jennings is arguably the team's top wideout, especially with Brandon Ayuk sidelined. And Ricky Pearsall still inconsistent. His absence disrupts the timing and chemistry that Shanahan's offense relies on, particularly when the passing game is built on precision and rhythm. Jennings' injury is especially frustrating because he's in the midst of contract talks. And this kind of setback not only delays his return, but also raises questions about his availability early in the season. On the brighter side of the injury, report rookie first-round pick Mike Williams returned to practice after missing time due to an ankle injury. This is encouraging news because Williams has been one of the standout performers so far in camp. His blend of physicality, length, and technique is impressive for a young player, and Shanahan has praised his hands on versatility, noting how polished Williams is despite his youth. Last year at Georgia, Williams showed flashes of dominance, but that ankle issue lingered and hampered him. Seeing him healthy and active now bodes well for the 49ers. Isabella from 49ers as they look to integrate him into the rotation. As the practice wrapped up, the veteran trio of Christian McCaffrey, Trent Williams, and Nick Bosa all had off days, with the coaching staff carefully managing their workloads. McCaffrey, in particular, has looked sharp. His speed, explosiveness, and conditioning appear to be back in full form, which is huge for the 49ers offense. Trent Williams has had his share of battles against Bosa in one-on-one drills, and while Bosa has been a nightmare for many linemen across the league, it's clear that Williams is still a force to be reckoned with. These moments of iron sharpening iron are essential for both players to elevate their games, and they underscore the intensity of training camp competition. One of the standout highlights from today's practice was Brock Purdy connecting on a deep ball for 75 yards to DeMarcus Robinson. This wasn't an isolated event. Purdy has consistently shown that his arm strength and accuracy on deep throws are legitimate weapons, silencing critics who labeled him a check-down artist. His ability to push the ball downfield adds a new dimension to the 49ers offense and forces defenses to stay honest. Alongside Purdy's performance, it was encouraging to see rookies like Abdullah and Isabella taking some reps on punt returns, showing the coaching staff's interest in utilizing their special team skills. Alongside them, Jordan Watkins and Junior Bergen, a 7th-round pick known for his exceptional return skills in college, also contributed in the return game, further deepening the 49ers' options in that phase. Kyle Shanahan has also spoken highly of some of the younger players in camp. He praised rookie Mike Williams for having hands as good as any he's seen come out recently, highlighting his physicality and versatility. Then there's Upton Stout, a 3rd-round pick who has impressed with his tenacity and aggressive style despite being on the smaller side. Shanahan hasn't crowned him yet, but indicated that he's doing everything right, and many expect him to start in the slot when the season begins. These promising young players could be key contributors, and the way Shanahan and the coaching staff are developing them could pay dividends down the road. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers, and don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Rumors are swirling around the NFL community, and if they turn out to be true, the San Francisco 49ers could be on the verge of landing one of the biggest names in the league. According to sources close to the situation, there is strong speculation that wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins may be making his way to the Bay Area. While nothing has been officially confirmed by the team or the players' camp, multiple insiders have hinted at advanced negotiations and serious interest from both sides. The idea of Hopkins joining forces with the 49ers already dynamic offense has sent shockwaves through fan forums and social media, with many already picturing the veteran donning the red and gold. The potential move is being described as a game changer, and while it's still in the rumor phase, the noise is growing louder by the hour. If the whispers prove accurate, this could be one of the most impactful mid-off-season acquisitions in recent memory. The timing couldn't be more fitting, as San Francisco looks to stack its roster for another deep playoff run. As the speculation gains momentum, fans and analysts alike are beginning to ask, could Hopkins be the missing piece that takes the 49ers to the Super Bowl? While the NFL offseason has no shortage of dramatic turns and headline-grabbing storylines, the possibility of DeAndre Hopkins landing with the San Francisco 49ers has become the hottest topic on the rumor mill. Reports from anonymous team insiders suggest that the front office in Santa Clara has been actively pursuing additional receiving talent to complement their current lineup, and Hopkins' name has allegedly been heavily discussed. Though Hopkins remains under contract elsewhere, recent movements around the league hint at potential restructuring or even a surprise release that could make him a free agent. The 49ers, known for pulling off strategic and bold moves, have a history of quietly setting up blockbuster trades or surprise signings. As fans flood message boards and beat writers dig for confirmation, there's a growing sense that something significant is brewing behind the scenes. This buzz is only intensified by Hopkins' recent cryptic social media activity, including a now-deleted post featuring a photo of the Golden Gate Bridge. Whether a coincidence or a subtle hint, speculation continues to mount. If the rumor is more than just noise, Hopkins joining the 49ers would mark a monumental shift in the NFC landscape and could redefine expectations for the coming season. From a strategic perspective, the potential addition of DeAndre Hopkins to the 49ers' already loaded offense is causing waves among analysts and rival coaches alike. Imagine pairing a route technician like Hopkins with weapons such as Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, and George Kittle, all operating under the orchestration of head coach Kyle Shanahan's offensive genius. The possibilities for mismatches are endless, and defensive coordinators across the league are no doubt already considering how they would cover a lineup stacked with so much firepower. While some skeptics argue that salary cap constraints could make the move challenging, others point to San Francisco's savvy front office, known for its cap gymnastics and ability to structure deals creatively. Sources close to the league office have mentioned unusual activity surrounding 49ers transactions in recent days, possibly hinting at financial maneuvering in anticipation of a high-profile acquisition. Though nothing is official, there is a tangible shift in tone around the team's camp. Hopkins' potential arrival is no longer dismissed as fanciful chatter, but discussed with a seriousness that suggests legitimacy. It's clear that the 49ers are not just window shopping. They might very well be preparing for a marquee addition to their Super Bowl caliber squad. The fan base, naturally, is already buzzing with excitement and anticipation. Social media platforms have been flooded with speculative jersey edits, imagined highlight reels, and hopeful predictions. In local sports bars and online communities, fans are cautiously optimistic, yet visibly thrilled by the idea of DeAndre Hopkins joining their beloved 49ers. The sheer gravity of this rumor has reignited off-season enthusiasm and brought new energy to preseason conversations. Hopkins, widely considered one of the league's most consistent and dangerous receivers, would bring leadership, playoff experience, and a proven ability to make tough catches in traffic, something San Francisco values deeply. Veteran 49ers Players have remained diplomatically silent on the matter, but a few have been spotted liking posts or suddenly referencing big things coming. Some fans have gone so far as to speculate that the team's front office may announce the move at an upcoming fan event, fueling hopes that an official word could be imminent. Until then, the 49er faithful are hanging on every whisper, dissecting every rumor and dreaming of what could be. Whether it's smoke or the first signs of fire, the anticipation is palpable, and the potential for a seismic shift has turned the rumor into a near obsession. Meanwhile, around the league, players, coaches, and analysts are watching with keen interest. If DeAndre Hopkins does indeed find himself suiting up for the San Francisco 49ers, the balance of power in the NFC could experience a dramatic tilt. Even as front offices publicly downplay the chatter, there's no denying that behind closed doors, contingency plans are being discussed, defensive schemes are being reevaluated, and rival teams are bracing for the possibility. For the 49ers, you see, as 49ers, this would be more than just a headline. It would be a signal of intent, a clear message that they are all in for a Super Bowl run in the upcoming season. The story continues to develop, with reporters tracking flight patterns, examining training camp rosters, and following every lead in search of the truth. As July winds down and training camp kicks into full swing, this rumor refuses to die. On the contrary, it grows louder, more detailed, and more convincing by the day. If Hopkins does end up in San Francisco, it will not only be one of the most significant storylines of the offseason, it will be remembered as a masterstroke, a perfectly executed move that reshaped the 49ers' trajectory and perhaps changed the course of the 2025 NFL season. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49er Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.